Good afternoon and welcome back to the Beginner's Save here at Ipswich. And I'm wondering, have we found an absolute gem as the transfer market comes to a close? We've got a day or so before the transfer window will close, and we have made a loan bid for Cole Palmer. Would you believe? We have made an offer of half of his wages at 37,500. It's got an optional future fee of 59 million, which we can't afford, but that's okay. We can always turn him away. But what a signing he would be. His attributes in terms of FM are not that brilliant. I was expecting to see better attributes in terms of FM, but I still think what a signing he would be. Good afternoon, Tunkai. And so we have made that loan bid for Cole Palmer since Can Uzan rejected our offer. And I'm also looking at one other player before the transfer window closes. And if we go to midfielders, I think we'll find him. Where is he? Where's he gone? Maybe he's up here. We are looking at... Is it Arvena? No, it's not Arvena. I can't remember who it is now. since I've... Oh, there he is. It's Valesco of Arsenal. Available for quite cheap. Also, I think a very, very good player. Actually might be a better signing than Cole Palmer, looking at the attributes. So, I don't know. We're also like keeping a keen eye on those two things. There's only a day to go before the transfer window closes. A couple of games to play in the Premier League first. And it's big news. This is leaked out that we are seeking a loan deal. It has been accepted. It is now up to Cole Palmer whether or not he wants to come here. I didn't, Tunkai. I just haven't had time. With the holiday coming up, I've been really, really busy this morning. Post office. I've been looking at getting some crutches organised for the tear of the meniscus that I've now got in my knee. So, yeah, very, very busy. Getting money sorted out. It's just I haven't had time to play any Football Manager yesterday or today, so give me time. So I don't know what those results were yet. We haven't been told what the results were, but we do have the transfer window closing in a day or so. Manchester United beat Newcastle, so we are in third. But it's very early in the season. I don't expect that to continue. We have to get a good start because we are surprisingly in Europe, and a good start is vital because we are going to slip down the table. The same as what happened in the second half of last season. We're going to get injuries. We are going to struggle, and our squad is not good enough, basically, to maintain two competitions like that. Am I looking to do any business? I'm going to say yes. We're hoping to conclude some deals before the window shuts. I have one space left in my squad. And if I bring both players in, which it is possible to do, I think, then I will have to sell someone. And I'm thinking that perhaps the player to sell is Sosa, who really for me is kind of, he can play as a DM. He hasn't been getting playing time, can play as a defender, but I've got 4 central defenders. I've got enough cover in midfield, and I could sell Sosa to raise some money as well. We will have to see how this transfer window works out. I will have to let one player be out of the squad. I'm just going to decline that one. I've already answered the questions. And then we will have this international break coming up. I'm waiting on Cole Palmer, basically. That's what I'm waiting on. Is he going to accept In terms of our injuries at the moment, we do have injuries, which is why I'm trying to get players in. Carrillo is still out, but only for 2 to 4 days. We'll be back after the international break, as was Will Gould. Diallo still out for 2 weeks. They're all coming back. So after the international break, providing we don't get too many injuries in that, then hopefully we'll have a clean bill of health. Hey Joshua, hey Blake. What should I do when players complain about the squad? I have no idea. Most of what I used to do a few things. I used to, in FM24, it particularly worked, is where you try to find, let's go to the squad. First thing to do is, let's say he's complaining. Brandon Williams, let's say Brandon Williams is complaining. The first thing I'd do is go and look at his happiness, and I'd try to find someone in here. Connor Chaplin, he feels Connor Chaplin is a great team leader in the dressing room. So then I'd go to Connor Chaplin, I'd go to discuss and hope that somewhere in here is talk to blah 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 about, and often it is. So the first thing I would do is that if nobody is a great leader, if he just thinks that Connor Chaplin leads the front line really well, that's not good enough. It's someone he has to look up to. So I'd try that first. If that doesn't work, then it's a lottery. It's just whatever one you feel, and sometimes it works. The one that I use most is threaten to sell them, and if they'll either go one way or the other. But I think about 60% of the time they say, "Oh, I don't want to cause any trouble, boss. I'll just bide my time." So, hi Joshua, how are you doing? So really, I have no idea how to deal with that. It is something that Ipswich are considering a move for Vegas. Am I? I don't think I've got 4 central defenders, and I think I need someone up front. I think that the transfers, the injuries are occurring up front this season. And I think I need to get cover in up front, which is what I've actually been focusing on. I'm not going to talk to any of these. I'm just hoping Cole Palmer makes his mind up quickly. And we do have a transfer there. I'm not sure. Registration I don't want to do yet because I'm hoping to bring 1 or 2 in. Not going to panic as yet. Loan offers. Oh, that's no good. Morstat, a loan offer. I'm not going to let him go. At the moment, he's my 3rd striker. I'm absolutely waiting on Cole Palmer, basically. And is he going to make his mind up in time? Cole Palmer would be awesome if I'm thinking our good form, the fact that we are 3rd in the table, I'm thinking that he might decide yes, but he might think Ipswich, and the fact that we are playing in the Europa League, he might persuade him to join. I don't know. He's going to move to Ipswich. So we can now complete this deal. I think he knows a good manager when he sees one. And so Cole Palmer is coming to Ipswich. And obviously, I would say everybody would be happy about this. Chaplin, probably not, because he's going to take his place. I'm not quite sure why he's the one to... Cole Palmer turned up as one of the recommendations. And that was just like blew my mind. And I thought, really? And I obviously couldn't afford to buy him. So I just clicked on loan to see if he was available. And it did come up as being available. So, okay, here we go. Palmer is in. Sola is not happy. And of course, yeah, he is going to be concerned about his minutes with Cole Palmer coming in, but he's playing as a right winger. I'm not bringing Cole Palmer in as a right winger. So this is where we have a problem. Let's see what I would normally do about this. We'll go and look at Sola. We'll go to his happiness. And I'm looking for Connor Chaplin. He thinks Connor Chaplin is a great team leader. So if I go back to the inbox, I haven't got the option to ask Connor Chaplin, but I'll just go back to Connor Chaplin. And I go to discuss now, and concerns about being replaced, Alex Sola. I can talk to Chaplin about him. So I'll talk to, because he looks up to Connor Chaplin, and can you have a little chat with him and see what happens? That's the first thing that I would do with him. So we'll see. But he was unable, of course, to resolve the happiness. So I will have to talk to him about it. I wanted to check in, concerned. I played the players of a certain caliber. I'm attempting to overhaul the squad. I know where you're coming from, but competition for places. It's not competition for places. He's not coming in to take. Yeah, he's not coming in to take playing time away from you. So he's playing as. He's going to be playing as a centre mid. Chaplin is the one who should be more worried because now I have two very good centre mids and it's Chaplin. Can we expect you to juggle your options? Probably. I can't predict what will happen today. Anything could happen. I do now have to go to the finances and juggle the finances a bit because we are committed spending of 1365, so I have to get that down. And if I want to bring somebody else in, we're looking at 1392 possibly. So we do have wages available, but not too much. So now it's also possible I can go and make a bid for, who was I looking at? Velasco. And we'll discuss it with we're very keen on, so that they will want between 1.3 and 5 million. He will want between, I think he would be a very good signing. Looking at him, like for a left winger, gives us a bunch of cover. Sola will get upset again because he can play on the right wing. But I don't know if I should make a bid. I don't have room in the squad in terms of registration. Somebody will have to go. Sola possibly looks like a candidate. Somebody will have to be left out. And the only one I can think of is Sosa. And we could try and sell him. He's not played since he was signed. He's not played very much. And I don't think he's that good, to be honest, to warrant. And as we're playing with the DLP, I just don't think he's that good. If we look at how we're playing, he's not good enough to play as a DLP. So I don't know. Sosa might have to go. Whether or not to make a bid for, I think we'll just make a bid for him and then see if we can't sell Sosa. It would be quite interesting, I think. Transfer deadline days are dreadful. So we know between 1.3 and 5 million. Make an offer. Let's try it. Let's see what Arsenal come up with. 2.5. I will lose 2.5 out of my transfer budget, and that will then cover. So if I try to get that down, Maybe get that down a little. Minimum league goals, 10 goals. Okay, so let's go with that. They're not happy with that. Let's try and bring that down. 875. Okay, I'll accept that. So it's possible that he might come in. We'll have to see how interested he is. That's the next thing. Is he interested? He's incredibly interested. Okay, so now what I need to do is go back to the squad, and I need to put Sosa, who really for me isn't cutting it. I need to put him on the transfer list. He's 26 years old now. He's not going to get any better. And I don't have room in the squad. He's only got the potential to be a leading EFL Championship defender. So I think Sosa will have to go. So unfortunately, we'll go and have a chat with Sosa and transfer list him. Prefer to stay, but he is open to speaking to other clubs. His loan status as available for loan as well. Just to see if we can't get some interest here. And see what happens. Valesco now. We'll start negotiations with him. Squad player. I really don't want to be leaving these in. So we'll remove those and just suggest that. He's okay with that. 46,500. Let's try him on that. That's going to take a big chunk of the wage bill, of the transfer budget as well. So we got it's 4.1 we're going to lose. I think the rest of it, wage after reaching international appearances, let's go for 10 games. And he's okay with that. Let's get out of that. And let's see what happens. Can we sell Sosa? We've got loan offers for him. I think we should accept them. Especially the ones that bring in wages. Nobody's bringing in any wages here, though. Are they negotiable? Let's go for 50% of the wages. Oof, blimey, he's on a big wage, actually. So I need to actually get rid of him. They're probably not going to go for this. They have. So that's actually good. Coventry have accepted. And let's try this one. They're not going to accept. They have. So they're accepting 40% of his wages. He's interested in going to Hull. So we need to find... We'll go through them all. There ought to be an option. Hull and Middlesbrough. Well, Middlesbrough we've done, haven't we? Yeah. No, we haven't. Middlesbrough are offering only 4,000. I want to go 30 to get 14,000. They've gone for it. Middlesbrough, he's interested. Dan, Happy New Year to you. And QPR, we'll go through them all if they're negotiable. I want 30% of his wages. I don't mind about the monthly fee. This is just a pain going through all. There's a ton of people interested in him. They're all championship teams, though. Coventry, Sunderland, Swansea we haven't done. Swansea, 30%. Okay, good. Bristol City. I'm actually going to go 40% for Hull. That's non-negotiable. So Bristol City is rejected. Hull, non-negotiable, but it's 40%, so that's cool. Middlesbrough, I think we've done Middlesbrough, QPR, Swansea, so they're all done. Have we done Coventry? Let's do 40%, because he doesn't want to go to Coventry. They're okay with 40%. I could have gone 40% with them all by the look of it. Sunderland, let's go 40%. They do have a future fee attached to these. So it looks like he's going to move on. And Watford. Again, they've got a 7.5 million future fee. I don't have a problem. If we're getting rid of him, let's get rid of him. And let's move on. It might work out that I've got a perfect squad of 25. And that I've got a pretty balanced squad then, I think. Oh, blimey. Manchester United was last night, Marcus. It was a tough old save. Santiago Sosa's turned down the chance to leave the club and has opted to stay put. Well, he ain't going to be in the squad, boy. You ain't going to be in the squad if that's your attitude. And I think I've probably got enough wages to bring the other boy in if he wants to come in. No offers for Sosa. He's going to be very upset. He's going into the reserves. How much of an impact? I think we're delighted to have him. I don't know if he's going to be the same in FM. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays in FM. But it doesn't look like the other boy we're going to get in anyway. Oldman says Palmer can do great things. The deadline is coming up. We're not going to get the other boy, Velasco, over the line, I don't think. I can see what FM is doing. Will you try to put on loan rather than arrange? It's becoming clearer that we'll need to go for a loan. Well, let's make a loan offer then. See if we can get that over the line. That's a pain in the neck. But unfortunately, Sosa's decided he doesn't want to go. And that's a real pain. So Velasco, we'll do our best. I don't think it's going to happen now. I can't make a loan offer now without cancelling the transfer offer, and I don't want to do that. We're not going to get him over the line now. End of story. And that's it. Transfer window has closed. So I'm a bit disappointed with that, but you can't win them all. Let's go to the still 30 minutes. Oh, Velasco's transfer has been cancelled. Why? It doesn't even say why. Because we didn't do the paperwork in time. Oh well. So in terms of registration, I'm left with Sosa in the squad. I've got 25 in the squad, 26 with more stat. Cole Palmer coming in is, I think, a really good signing. I wanted Velasco in because he could play as a forward. Cole Palmer can't, but can play as a false nine if we're absolutely desperate. I think it's a fair squad. We've made some good signings over the window. Lorenzo Luca. Sola's not up to much. Fernandez is a good signing. Unavar. Morstadt. I like him as a youngster. I think he's going to develop well. Third choice striker. Sia is a centre-back, very good centre-back. So he's a good signing. Juan Lu, the right winger, I think he's going to be a useful signing. Carrillo was a good signing. I like the signing of Carrillo. Can play in those 4 spaces, which is good. Salas, centre-back, also has come in. Squad player, but I think he's decent. And then, of course, Cole Palmer. So I think it's been a good transfer window. We still have 4 million to spend. We are under budget, so I think it's good. Transfer window, but it remains to give yours blah 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 blah. Decline that nonsense. And we're ready to rock and roll. We got to get through what is this for? The Europa League squad. I wonder if we're going to get away with it. Or we're going to have to leave someone out. Probably going to have to leave someone out. I hate this part of the game. It just takes too long. Still, 2 goalkeepers, 4 players trained at Ipswich we don't have. So we're going to have to leave a couple of players out. I think we're going to have... Yeah, we are going to have problems. So, who was the one that was left out before? Oh, gosh. Let's undo... auto select and see what that brings us up. 22. Oh my goodness me. Sosa, yeah. Firpo. I'm not quite sure about that one. In terms of left backs, I'll be very short in the left back. 2 left backs he's left out. So I can't do that. So we'll have to at least put one of them in. Hartel, I can't leave Hartel out. Let's just try. Firpo. Yeah, I wonder how many I'm going to have to leave out here. Oh, I don't like this. Salas is new, but I need centre-backs. Garosabal, Juan Lu. I need at least 2 left backs, so Firpo maybe. Sosa. Try that one. No. It does look like I'm only allowed 22. Fazzini. He can come out. It's got to be one more. Oh boy, this is tough. This is very tough. Who on earth am I going to leave out here? Can't leave Fazzini, possibly. So in terms of left backs, I've got 2. Timon. Right backs, I've got Garasabal, Juan Lu. Howard Bellis can play right back as well. Left backs, Timon and Brandon Williams. Has to be a midfielder. Can't be Fernandez. Can't be Hartel. Carrillo, Gould, Humphreys. Has to be Fassini. Has to be. If he gets upset, he gets upset. But look at his dynamics and the hierarchy. Fassini is down the bottom somewhere. Yeah, so it's not such a big deal. So let's leave out Fassini. See what happens. But that's unfortunate. I thought we had much more in terms of... Okay, that's fine. Nobody's left out apart from Morstead. And it's time to proceed. What do you usually do when no offers come in on a transfer loan? Just shout at the computer, basically. It's just totally out of your control, Joshua. It's like, in the end, you just get frustrated. I just keep offering them out. That's all I can do. We try intermediaries. We try the transfer room. At the end of the day, sometimes it isn't going to happen. How did you manage to get Palmer on loan? I was looking through the list of in the scouting, just popped up in one of these lists, and I thought, oh yeah, 50 something million, and I clicked on it, and then I decided just to go and have a look. I clicked on the loan option, and lo and behold, it came up with what he wanted to come up on loan. So I thought, okay, we'll try and get Palmer in on loan then. And there you are. He's with Ipswich. I think because we are third in the table, that's what helped, and we are in Europe. How is he doing on this? Get an average of 7. How's he doing on it? He's doing 7.17. He's doing really well. He's about to find he's not playing as much now, though. So, yeah, that's how we got Palmer on loan. Just because I just went and had a look. He turned up on the list, and I couldn't afford to buy him. So I just went and had a look. Nagalo. I think we need to keep him on the short list. Keep him on the short list for a year. And, yeah, that's how he came in. Purchases. I've just been through those. I'll quickly just go through it again. Luca, Sola, Fernandez, Univar, Morstedt, Sila, who's a centre-back. Univar's a winger, defensive playmaker. Juanlu, right winger. Carrillo, again, another midfielder, good midfielder. Salas is a central defender, and Cole Palmer has come in on loan. Going out, Jason, Broadhead. Wolfenden was the first one out. Went out for 26 million. It came as a surprise to me, and there's no way I was going to turn that down. And he went out very, very quickly. I'm planning to play Cole Palmer as the attacking mid. And it's interesting because I think he wants to play as a shadow striker. I always had this position before as a shadow striker. So Cole Palmer will come in here as a shadow striker. I think that's what he wants to play. And he always was a shadow striker. And so gives us a more attacking option up front. My coaches don't rate him that much, and looking at his attributes in FM, I'm surprised they're that low. But he's a player. We know he's a player, and hopefully he's going to be able to pick out a pass. He's got a shot on him as well. He's a penalty taker, a free kick taker. So he's a useful, very useful signing, I would say. I'm just going through this window now. I have to remember on Thursday that the players on international duty need to rest for a day. The Wednesday players need to rest for a day. I always forget to do that, but they're coming back from international duty and I don't want them training. So they can just rest up for a day. So I have to remember to do that this time. Hurst is in good form and prefer him actually to Luca up front, which is quite interesting at the moment. Fazzini, 5.05. Solar, 5.95. Not good enough, boys. Not good enough. And you ain't getting in the team if you're training like that. It's a bit like Amarin. You're not getting in the team if you're not training well enough. How happy... Oh, gosh. I mean, I could bring him into the first team, but I just don't have room for him. Let's get through this. I'm surprised at the lack of homegrown players that I got. I thought I still had loads of them. I started... I don't know what I did. I installed... the updated pack, and then I couldn't start the game. So I took it out, but it left certain... Oh no, that was the Man United one. The Ipswich one, I started with the winter update, yeah. Gould out for 3 to 4 days, that's handy, but he should be back. Not that he's probably going to get in there. We don't need to know about transfers now at the moment. That's not what we're looking at. Fazzini, oh yeah, here we go. Wasn't... I'm not in the least bit interested in complaints. Oh, he found that very helpful when I said I'm not in the least bit interested in complaints. Okay, fair enough. I left 4 people out. I'm surprised that Firpo hasn't come to me with the same complaint. Cole Palmer will be good with the adjusted... Yeah, and possibly I wouldn't have got him in then. So, yeah. I mean, I look at him. Juan Lu injured 3 to 4 weeks. That's a right winger. I'm short on the right. And I look at Cole Palmer, and I look at his attributes. And whilst they're okay, I was just expecting a little bit better. I don't know. And I'm also wondering why Chelsea were wanting to sell him. Why? What's gone wrong at Chelsea? It's very interesting. I mean, it's just a complete fluke that I found him. And so we'll see how he plays. So we're in season 3. Maybe he just who is he suggesting? Diallo also out injured. Solar, Chaplin. Chaplin can play on the right wing. But we do have some games coming up, and I still want to be good about these games. I want us to win these games if we possibly get a good start is really important. Why have I done this? Brighton. I want to find out about their... Nothing much. I was hoping to get some information on their corners. Next opponent, they're going to play tiki-taka. I don't think there's going to be much here. There's not a lot of set-piece analysis. They almost never take short corners. That's all I've got. They're a decent team, but I want to be playing with the higher line for a tiki-taka. If we get a result here, that will be absolutely perfect. And I do agree, Harwood, Bellis, Ciala. Oh, and you see what I've done? I've forgotten to rest the international players again. Chatting away there. Hello, fam. How are you doing? And welcome back. Good to see you again. Chatting away, and I forgot to rest the players on international duty. I always forget when I'm streaming. So I do agree with those two. Hartel, Chaplin on the wing. I did say he can play on the wing. Ezequiel Fernandez. Maybe not. I think I'm going to put Humphreys in here. Fassini's got the hump a little bit. And then we are going to put Ezequiel Fernandez in there. Connor Chaplin can play on the wing. He's very good at that. Well, not very good, but he can do it. Where is Chaplin? There he is. He can come in on the wing. Palmer. Does he start? Does he start? So just Harwood, Bellis and Ciala. And then bring Harwood, Bellis. That looks pretty decent. It's only Connor Chaplin who is an issue. The other way to do this would be either all my wingers are injured tomorrow, so he can go on the bench if he's available tomorrow. Salas, Firpo. God blimey, the bench is in all sorts of a mess. Where are my left backs? And where's my right backs? Injured. Juan Lu injured. The squad's in a bit of a mess until I get my injured players back. So Sola will be on the bench. He can play as a defender, right? Salas, Hartel, Fassini, Carrillo can come in for Fassini. And Fassini can come in for Morstadt. And then we have Diallo and Lorenzo Luca on the bench. Good sub to have, Luca on the bench. I need to make sure I am playing Hurst as a poacher. Yeah, he needs to play as a poacher, not a deep-lying forward. So here we go, the first game of this episode. And it is away at Brighton. Garosabel has resumed training. He's not fit enough to be on the bench, though. Let's get morale up if we can. And then the final one, Humphreys. Need a good game from Hursty today. Let's have a good game from you. Expectations are a draw. I'll take a draw. Diallo's back in training. He is fit-ish. The director of football's busy, or the technical director's busy, shall we say, getting staff in. I have no idea who they are. Have a look at the staff. I haven't done anything. They need to get a shift on in terms of the recruitment team, and they could do better with the medical staff. But looking at what they've done in terms of the coaching team, they're putting together, in a couple of seasons, they're putting together a very nice staff. They need to hurry up on this one, if they can. But as a beginner, you don't need to worry about that. Just let the other boys, do their jobs, and they will eventually put a good staff together for you. Timon is fit and ready to go. And we've dropped down, but I got to feel that we do have a chance. Garosabal I don't think he's fit enough, but we'll look at it. And Brandon Williams for Timon. Timon's just back. Garosabal I don't think is fit enough. No, he's short of fitness. Might be able to bring him onto the bench. Which Diallo, again, he's another one who's short of fitness. Diallo can play as the winger. I think I'm happy with that. We've got to get these boys back. Cole Palmer, Scott McKenna feels that he should have been picked, but it's too bad. I agree. He's played a lot of football, and I agree that Silla is our best player, and he's going to rotate with Harwood Bellis. Got nothing to lose out there, boys. I'm always telling them that. It will be interesting to see, with the addition of Cole Palmer, has it affected where we're supposed to finish in the league? And where's the playmaker? There he is. Yeah, he's more of a box-to-box, isn't he? So let's go and see how we get on. Playing in a low block with a high line to create this gap in here. And you could see immediately that was quite interesting. If the highlight had gone on, he didn't have any space when he picked the ball up. But they are looking to play across the pitch as well. So we do need to be careful on the flanks. Ferguson is injured, which is a good thing. And he nearly took it in. At the moment, it's all Brighton, but it's good to see Ferguson down on the deck. And we'll go and see if he's injured. We're already hard tackling him. That's why he's injured. But I think that we need more territory. We're being pushed back as we would be in a low block. We need to sort. Our shape is good. I'm wondering if the centre mid is a little high for a low block. He might need to be a little bit deeper to be a little bit more defensive. So keeping an eye on that. We might have to change his role. But at the moment, nothing's happening. And their focus is down, pretty much down the left. No, that's ours. This is interesting. Their focus is mostly on our left-hand side. It's because we have a wing-back on attack on that side. But the low block is pretty much stopping Brighton creating chances. But we're not creating a single one. And that's more worrying. Brighton will only need one. And they've hit the post and they have scored. So, yeah, I do believe that I have to close down this left-hand side. And then what I'm going to do... What I'm going to do is push higher up the pitch. So we're going to go into a mid-block. We're giving too much territory, I think. We'll go into a mid-block and see how that works. But because we're not creating anything, we're not getting high up. And now we started creating chances, so that's better. Moder and Gilmore. Moder is fullback, isn't he? Oh, there's a highlight here. Oh, it doesn't matter. Moder is a fullback. No, he's the DM. I think we'll just close him down. Get in his face. I'm a bit disappointed if we lose this one. This was the one I was hoping to get 3 points. And then we could start losing when Europe starts. But I guess it's tough for us. Probably Palmer's having a poor game. Yeah, they never start well. And it's all Brighton. No matter what we do, it's all Brighton at the moment. And it's crosses, isn't it? It's crosses. They've fooled me, haven't they? They've done the dirty on me. They fooled me into believing that they were going to play through the middle in front of me, but actually they're playing down the flanks. 2 crosses. Two crosses. So I have to tell them they've been really poor. You've been terrible. Sort it out. And we will be telling a few individuals, Unavar, Palmer, Humphreys, Chaplin, and Brandon Williams. You've been absolutely shocking. I don't know what to do. We're not creating chances at all. I'm going to have to push up. We are in a high press. I have to keep that standard line. Take that off. We'll take the regroup off. We have to attack a little bit more now. I'm going to take that off. And just leave that clear. See if we can't get a few shots going. And we'll go positive. Brandon Williams. We've got 3 on attack that side. We'll put him back on an attack duty. I have to try and rescue something from this game. They've been awful. And could be selection. Could be playing Palmer was not the best thing to do at this point. Could be a lot of things. But the lines don't seem to be working at the moment. And that's possibly because selection was wrong. Their midfield has caused all the problems. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, but this is not... We're not going to win all our games in this season by any stretch of the imagination just because we had a good start. But this is just like, come on, let's create some chances, boys. None of them have improved. Come on, pick it up, boys. Go on, into the box now. What a chance, and he's missed it. The chances don't get any better than that. Some of these now have to come off. They're just awful. Univaz on a 6.3. Hurst isn't that bad compared to some of the others. Carrillo can come on there. Brandon Williams, dreadful. But that was because, and the goalkeeper's taken the blame. There's nothing I can do about the goalkeeper. Connor Chaplin is poor. Diallo will have to come on for Chaplin. I'm having to play injured players. Cole Palmer's 6.4. Fassini can come on for Palmer. And then do I go for the big guy? And then we will hit early crosses. And that's it. We have to go after this game now. I think we'll go attacking. Let's try and get after this game. We've created as many chances as they have now. We've just been wasteful. But there haven't been. There's only been a few chances in the game. We are actually better than them now. Still wasteful. So it wouldn't surprise me to have a heavy defeat here, now that we've gone attacking. Finally, Castiles has made a save. A 6.4 for the goalkeeper. Oh, it's going to be a long, hard season. We will qualify from the group, I'm pretty sure. But it's just going to be another long, hard season. I think had we not won the FA Cup, it would have been an easier season. But this is going to be tough again. Come on, boys. We're still in this. And Diallo's got one back. Finally. Ahmad is the boy. And it's interesting that in the last episode, I put him up for sale, didn't I, Ahmad? And then he came on and he scored that belter of a goal. And I took him off the transfer list. So we're not out of it yet. We're playing attacking. If the gods are with us, we might get back into it. Come on, boys. One little counter-attack here, and we're on the way. I don't think we can win it, but we might sneak a goal back. It's absolutely level. If we can get another shot on target. Come on, boys. Giving away too many free kicks. But Castiles has decided to play now. He's gone up to a 6.5. Let's put him on attack as well. Let's really go for it now. Come on, one more chance. It's been a very even contest. Give us one more chance, FM. Go on. No, it's not going to. We're going to lose. FM's not doing any more highlights, that's it. Apart from one for Brighton from a set piece. It's not going to be, unfortunately. Good tackle. Ahmad's had a good, decent game since he came on. But they've hurt us down the wings. They hurt us down the wings. I'm not happy with that performance, boys. That's our first defeat of the season. And it is going to be horrible. We're down to 5th. But I'm not expecting to be qualifying for Europe. The club vision is just that we avoid relegation. So the more points we can get early on. He was like dreadful, Palmer. I was beginning to wonder, should I have brought him in? And when's the next game? Here we go. We have to start the Europa League coming up very soon. So I needed points. I wanted like 10 points before we had to go through this. Carrillo probably needs to be rested. Silly boy. All of these. Carrillo, Diallo, and Garosabo. Let's give them a rest. So this is going to be an interesting game in the Europa League. How are we going to do? I think we will qualify. The game doesn't normally have you not qualify. And I think possibly I'll be bold and say we'll probably finish 11th or 12th in the Premier League. Be interesting to see where we're predicted after we've signed Palmer. Still 19th, so the game doesn't rate Palmer. So that's unfortunate. Brighton are not a great team, and we should never have lost that. And what are these guys like? Who knows? The data hub. Wing play. So we are going to play in the low block. And we're going to start with a standard line. And we are going to play as we normally play. We'll come to team selection in a minute. For Europe, the best thing that you can do, if you are starting out of this game, is let your assistant pick the team. And the reason for that is, once he's picked the team, you can then go into the tactics screen and change the team. And the reason you would do that is because he will pick a bench because he knows about the B squad. Oh, for crying out loud, FM. What is the matter with you? So he will pick the B squad players from the B squad, which I have no idea what that is. And then you will have a full bench at least. And you can go in and change the team that you want to go onto the pitch. So it's like, let him do it for European games. And these players that are getting injured are key players for me. They're not squad players. It's injuring key players all the time. And I don't know why the game has to do this. It's like the game is just silly sometimes. So let him pick the team for Europe, and then you go to the tactics. You'll find your bench is all over the place. Because he's I've got so many players who can't play. He's now brought in players who I don't even know. Which is quite interesting. We've still got Palmer in there. He can't play any worse. I'm actually going to try him as an attacking mid this time. Unavar was dreadful. I could switch. Chaplin didn't take to playing on the wing. Nico Valentine played really well for us last year as a young kid. I might bring him on if things are not going well. Diallo could start instead of Chaplin. And I think we'll start Luca instead of Hurst. Hurst had a poor game. And then if we've got a deep line forward, we could play. Well, there's too many attack roles. I could put this winger on support. Then play Palmer as a shadow striker with deep lying forward. That might work a little better. Garosabal, Brandon Williams. He hasn't been good, and given his attributes are good, but he's just declining. Great technique. He's a dribbler, lots of flair. He can finish pretty well. His first touch is good. His composure's decent. He has not been playing well at all. Maybe there are some players who are just the game designates them as they are going to fail mostly. All these players missing. I'm surprised Firpo didn't get upset with me. He's not when I brought him in, he was like in my mind as a first choice player. He's not in my mind as first choice anymore. He just does not play very well. Singles out Husinyov. Right back. What are they like? Oh, we don't have much information on them, do we? Yeah, let's push higher up. No, we're gonna, because they're playing wing play, we're gonna do it my way. We've got boys playing with fitness issues now. This is not going to be easy. I hate him. I mean, I really don't know why his attributes look good for a winger or an attacking mid. We're favourites for a reason. I'm expecting. Let's expect today. We don't normally expect. We'll tight mark that winger. Prevent him from playing. Yeah, they're not great. We should be beating this team. I don't know anything about them. We'll tight mark him. Just make sure that he's not causing us a problem. Sealer is aggressive. I really find that I do better when I don't play the new signings. If you remember from last season, I couldn't play the new signings. The team that did well were the team that went up from the Championship. So maybe I've just not got to not play the new signings. And that might be like CeeLo. We'll probably win this game comfortably because I've gone back to Harwood Bellis and McKenna. Oh, we're off to a start. And it's Ahmad. Oh, it's an own goal, is it? From the goalkeeper, is it? But at least hopefully we're going to really beat this team. That we're going to hammer them. Get off to a good start in Europe. Yeah, it was an own goal, wasn't it? I tried false nine sometimes. Will you watch Inter Milan match today? No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch Wolves and Nottingham Forest later on. Tunkayak, because I've got Wood in my FPL team. And it's 2-0 Harwood Bellis. This is what I wanted. Let's get morale up. Let's really hammer them. You tried Palmer as a false nine. Up front, I guess. I mean, it is a thought. And he can play there. But I've got players like Luca. I do want to... Yeah, I have changed that, haven't I? I've got players like Luca. And Hurst is good in the air. I couldn't possibly just leave those two out. Oh, with Univar. Could do. I just don't know what to do with him. He's supposed to be my main left winger, but I've had to keep playing Gould. And I just played Univar again against Brighton, and he was dreadful. So I'm not getting any joy out of him at all. Maybe I do need to change his role. Maybe we have to look at that left-hand side inverted winger. We could try him as an inside forward. Maybe I need to switch. Maybe he needs to be on support rather than attack. I don't know at the moment. Everything will change in time, I guess. But at the moment, it's good news as we are winning. And that's all I want to do, is to win football matches. And win as many as we can. And at the moment we are winning. So I think you can clearly see where their focus of attacks are. The standard line is absolutely spot on. We're still not good enough that we can play with a high line, because we will still make lots of mistakes. So giving our players a bit more time is the right thing to do. And Humphreys is... I'm going to tell Humphreys to shoot less often. He's wasteful. No, can't complain. Jay winning 2-0 after 22 minutes. I'm thinking this is a pretty poor team that we're playing against. But it's always good to get a winning start. And yeah, I mean, I've got nothing really to worry about in terms of the opposition. Set pieces, I'm always vulnerable. But looking at this, there's no key passes. Hartel has done quite well. So it might be that I have to go back to the old team and play don't play the new signings for a while, because lots of these are the old players. So like Garosabel, Howard Bellis, Scott McKenna, Brandon Williams, all from last season. Hartel, Diallo, Humphreys, Gould, all from last season. The only ones are Palmer and Luca. And Palmer's playing quite well today. So I'm guessing he's got an assist. And they are pushing us back now a little bit. And that is... Is it because they've switched their focus a little bit? I wouldn't have thought a team of this stature were able to shift their focus. But if they started going up the middle, I need to push the line up. You have to keep an eye on that. Go on, Luca, get yourself in the box. Paid a lot of money for you, son. Oh, hit the post. Offside. So it's Hartel. It's the old players who are playing well. Howard Bellis, Garosabel, Hartel. All old players. And the new signings, let's keep them out of the team for a while. Come on, go on, Gould. Show Univar how it's done. So even Gould's on a 6.8. They're all playing well. We're pushing them back. There's no space for them in midfield, so the lines are okay. And we're keeping the ball and getting the highlights. But I'd like another goal before half-time, boys, if you wouldn't mind. That's what we pay you for. Oof, Hartel almost. I'm wondering if I need to work the ball into the box. We're taking a lot of shots from outside the box. And maybe go to mixed crosses. Let's go to mixed crosses because we do have Luca on the pitch. He's like 6'7", and we need to be getting some crosses in there. But 2-0, it should be more. So I'm not really happy. It should be much more. But we'll praise them. And nobody is struggling for fitness out there, so let's go. It is one of the flaws of FM that when you are playing in the Europa League or the Champions League, you must be really poor at the game if you don't get through the group phase. You've got to be really bad at the game. It's very rare that you will not qualify. So you don't really need to worry too much about these games. We need to worry about scoring goals. Luca's doing okay, though. Gould is not. We're having trouble on the left wing. So let's think about this then. Let's make him an inside forward. We're having trouble in this area. Let's go positive and push Humphreys further up. Let's try that. And if they are... Yeah, they're not... I don't know if this is wing play or not. It looks more like a tiki-taka style that they're playing, or perhaps fluid counter-attack. They're sitting back. Luca is not on it, is he? This is going to be interesting. At least Cole Palmer is playing well. Oh, hit the post again. That's 3 times we've hit the post. We are the world champions of hitting the woodwork. I've actually seen that mentioned in so many forums. How come my team hits the post so often? I think I'm tempted to push the lineup, but I think they're like not playing wing play. I think that their focus, you might be right, route 1. Their focus is across the pitch, so it might be route 1. You might be right. Direct counter-attack, which would be just turning the ball over and getting it up the field as fast as possible, because their focus is across the pitch, not particularly down the flanks. So also in my mind is one of the central defenders to take him off cover and put him as a stopper, to push him up rather than to have him hanging back. I don't know. We'll continue with this. They should be stepping up anyway. Our finishing is very poor. Against Brighton, our finishing was awful. In this game, our finishing is really poor. Oh, Luca, 6'7" beast. Oh, Luca, how much did I buy him for? I actually can't remember when we make the subs, which we will do now. How much did we pay for Luca? It wasn't cheap. Luca was... Oh, actually, he was quite cheap. 8.25 million. So he was quite cheap, actually. He's a beast. If you look at his attributes, as a deep lying forward on attack, he's excellent. Strong. He's got a decent passing and vision. He's got what it takes as a deep lying forward on attack. And he has been okay, but his average ratings are slipping. So he's coming off. And Hursty will come on. And some of these guys, Brandon Williams, Josh Tyman can come on. Palmer is playing well. He can keep going. Gould is awful. Carrillo can come on there. It's our finishing, isn't it, which is the problem. And which one of these wing backs gets tired. So yeah, we actually didn't pay too much for Luca. 8.25 mil. It's quite cheap. If you're getting the lines right, I think you just have to ride it out. Are you being a little bit too defensive and not attacking enough? It might be mentality. What mentality do you play in? So what? That's my only thought on that. Is your mentality might be responsible. But it also can happen. And the thing is, as long as you're not losing, you're doing okay. Humphreys has had a dreadful game. His shooting has been way off. Absolutely way off. Diallo is tired. Sola. Actually, no. I'm going to give Valentin a run out. He did really well for me last time. Last season, he did really well. I'm actually going to promote him to the first team squad. He actually did quite well, so we're going to play him. And then we have Cole Palmer can come off, and I'm going to play Univar in here. See how he gets on for 5 minutes. He's been dreadful. He's been a good player, Humphreys. And another one, way off target. Our finishing is awful. I 18 shots, only 7 on target. It's awful at the moment, and that is a concern. Humphreys has been very wasteful. I think he's had 3 or 4 shots that were completely miles away. But it's a 2-0 win. I'm not too happy about it. We should have won by a lot more. But we'll say it's a good win. Keep morale up. some good teams that we're going to have to play. We're going to have to play. They should be okay. And then we have Beşiktaş, who will be tough. AZ will be tough. Ghent will be tough. They should be okay. And then we have, they should be okay. And then Benfica to finish. We need to have qualified by the time we get to Benfica. There's going to be some tough ones. And we got Chelsea next now. God blimey. So these games are going to come thick and fast now. And I have to rotate at some point. Cole Palmer. What was against Cole Palmer's name? Oh, it's his, of course, it's his parent club. That's why he can't play. Chelsea, I don't even want to look. They are extremely good, Chelsea. They're not very good at crossing. But that doesn't mean anything. Control possession, I would expect that of them. We're going to be low block. Standard line, a higher line. Going to try and take their midfield out. And we're going to be balanced. Defending free kicks and defending corners. Chelsea, huh? We generally tend to do much better against bigger teams than we do against teams who are in 20th. So we'll see how we get on. I don't want to lose another Premier League game, but we are going to struggle this year. This year's going to be harder than last year, but survival is just the key. Well, if you think 6.15 is good, then you've got another thing coming. Oh boy, Chelsea. Yeah, and these are boys who played last season. Connor Chaplin was last season. Carrillo was last season. I actually don't have a problem with that team. And Carrillo actually is a new signing, isn't he? Yeah, so maybe we need to take him out. I could try Univar in here as the attacking mid. I think that's probably what I'll do. I need to have boys who... Where's Diallo? We've lost Diallo. He's gone missing. Ah, there he is. I think we'd probably need to pick players who... Well, most of the matches I start balanced. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. Balanced, if you're going ahead when you're imbalanced. Also, another thing to do is to keep an eye on the momentum. Depends on the highlights you're playing in. If it gets desperate and I'm not winning, go to full match. And then you'll see if the momentum changes. If the momentum changes, drop to cautious for 5 minutes and then see if that helps. But if you're in key highlights, it's almost impossible to keep up with what's going on. How well are the financial profits? Well, you would think that. It also depends on how much we owe in terms of installments, Stephen. I, I would imagine if we finish mid-table and we get to, say, like the last 16, the budget will be around about 40 million. That's what we'll get. Williams may be out due to Chelsea's quick wingers. He might have to go on a support role, but if I put too many people on a support role, then I lose all my attacking. You have to have some attacking threat, and you have to have some connect between your defence and your midfield and attack. The one thing that I would concern about is the centre mid, which is why I'm starting him on support. He's actually not been playing very well, Humphreys, and it might be time to put someone else in there and give someone else a run out. Unfortunately, I've got these injuries now to my right wing and to my DLP. Hartel could go in there. The only other option I've got is to put Carrillo in here. But Carrillo is more of a playmaker. I could swap those over and have... That's interesting, because when I put him up here, he wants to be a centre mid deep line playmaker. So at the moment, we're stuck with Humphreys. I'm going to maybe... Carrillo's not defensively very good. That's the problem. So we'll keep playing Hartel. The other option I've got is Sosa, who we had this issue with. And it might be time to give him a run out and see how he does. As a centre mid, he's probably decent. With tackling of 13, marking 12. I mean, he's certainly got the mentals to do the job. It might be time to give Sosa a run out. Humphreys is not playing well. That's a worry, because he's been one of my mainstays. And then, of course, is it Hurst or is it Luca? Chaplin may be best to come in here. And probably better to play him as an attacking mid. Although he does want to play as the shadow striker. Oh, this is going to be somewhat tricky. Hey, FM Rage, how you doing? Good to see you. So this is going to be quite difficult, because I'm noticing the key players are being injured. Without Ezequiel, we're really lacking in midfield. Sosa should get stuck in, I would think. Yeah, I mean, I might have to bring him off the bench because Humphreys is not playing well enough. And we have another injury, but at least not a key player. But an attacking player that I can't afford to lose. We actually went up a place for some reason, and I'm not quite sure why. Oh, and we're back down again. I'm not quite sure what's going on here in the league table. Ah, there's the reason. So Brighton obviously won again. Listen, if we finish in 7th at the end of the day with 7 points, I'll be happy. We're not going to beat Chelsea. Europe is going to take its toll, and that's why I'm actually thinking, let's put Sosa in. I think we should do it. We have to rotate. I think we have to do it. McKenna and Howard Bellis is okay. Garosable and Williams Williams has not been playing very well. Timon might as well have a game. Hurst didn't start the last game, so he can start. Fassini, Chaplin, Diallo is fit enough. I think we have to rotate. And I'm going to try Unavar on the wing again. I'm going to be brave, rotate a little bit. And I think you're right. Sosa should be told tackle harder. Because he's brave and he has a tackle on him. But it would be really nice to get something out of this game. I think we should be more disciplined. Don't tackle harder. And here we go. As this is a beginner save, there's two things here I want to say. So as this is a beginner save, training is one of the things beginners don't need to worry about. And the second thing is that training does not work in FM24. And I've known that for a long time. Almost since the game began, I realized training isn't doing anything. Apparently somebody told me that he thinks that Zealand has done some research into training, and he has also come up with it's broken. But I knew about 2 or 3 months after the game had come out, training doesn't work. So just leave it to your assistant manager. And as a beginner, I would say do that anyway. We've got nothing to lose here. Every Premier League game is we've got nothing to lose here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. They're going to have some good players in the middle of the park. And Caicedo as well. This is going to be an impossible task. Impossible task. Right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Sometimes we do well against teams like Chelsea, so you never know. Oh, Sosa's got off to a wonderful start and given the ball away. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. But we have got no signings in the team today, so I'm hoping that maybe that's what we have to do for a while, is just keep our... And we're actually the better team at the moment. We're in blue, and we are the better team. And Chelsea are playing as I would expect. We are focused way down the middle, which is quite interesting. But we've had pretty much all the attempts at the moment, but here we go. Chelsea don't need many. One day I'm hoping that 1 year that you'll play FM where the game will actually address the fact that we need about 12 shots to score a goal and the opposition only need about 2. It doesn't matter who the opposition are. It's always the same. And I think that one day I'm hoping that FM will address that. But we are getting a bit under the cosh now. Chelsea have a habit of doing that free kick. No, this dribbling stuff is not... We need to get the ball forward up the pitch, but we haven't got enough in terms of support when we do get up there. What I do know is we've created some chances for a change. But we have to win those second balls. If you don't win the second balls, you're in trouble. That was well defended. So defensively, we're not doing too bad. Goalkeeper's having a good game for a change. He's made a couple of saves. Now give them that space. You don't really need to do anything. Give them that. Oh, he's taken the ball off him. And he scored! Chaplin has put us ahead. It's 1-0. And I do wonder sometimes, is it to do with playing? Don't play new signings. I do wonder sometimes. Who was that? Colwell? Yeah. Chaplin caught him out. And we've gone a goal ahead. I think deservedly so. I think we've been the better team. Just. We haven't had the possession. I don't expect to have any possession. And looking at Chelsea focusing much more down the middle now than they were before. Our play has gone possibly as I would expect to see it, yeah. Oh, that was a poor free kick. Who was that? That was Ahmad. And he can't even foul him. Well done. Good tackle. I'm a bit worried about the fact that we are making so many tackles in the box. And I wonder... It's too late now. I wonder if we should be staying on our feet. We're making far too many tackles in the box. Our crossing has been poor. So maybe we should be looking to play it into the box. Just round the side. Yeah, the left back. Let's put him on support. He might be too high up. They got round the side of him there, and I wonder if our crossing is poor. Let's work it into the box. It's such a shame. We were doing all right. Go on, go on. That was Unavar. Couldn't get a shot away again. Looked like handball to me, that. What was I going to change? What was I going to change? I was going to change something then. I've forgotten what it was. Jackson is causing me problems, isn't he? We need to do something about Jackson. Let's get Timon to mark him. I was already ahead of him. Already ahead of you, Mr. Assistant. Well, it's okay. It's 1-1. And Sosa hasn't done that bad. He's on a 7.1. It's up front again. Unavar, interestingly, 6.4. Unavar again. Should I take him off? Give him 10 minutes. Give him 10 minutes. I can't get him to play at all. He just can't play. And I think I might just have to sell him. Hi, Pavel, how you doing? I think was it you, Blake, having the same problem with Unava? I think the only thing I can do is Salami just has never played. He's one of those players that you sign that just never has a good game. And I've had a few in FM24. He just refuses ever to have a good game. We're still in this game. Chelsea are the better team, of course. I'd expect that. Diallo, both wingers are dreadful. And if our crossing is poor, let's focus our play up the middle. And now I'm going to take both wingers off. Both of them on 6.3. So let's get both wingers off. Diallo actually just improved when we played up the middle. So we'll start with Unava. And I'm going to bring on Luca. And we are going back to hit early crosses. And we're going to go mix crosses. Hartel this time. He went up a point. So we'll let Diallo go for a while. Now hit an early cross. We got Luca on the pitch now. That's better. Ahmad's not going to win that. But he has won the ball. Oh, we at least had a shot on goal that we could see. Chelsea are like 10 and 8 on target. We'll do well to hang on to a draw here. Reece James is causing me problems. We need to tight mark Reece James. This is a tough team to beat, Chelsea. Diallo now has to come off, as well as Hartel. Oh, it's so difficult, so difficult. Who's my... Chaplin will have to come back here. Carrillo. So, who else needs to come off? Hartel. Humphreys can come in. And we'll put Gould here and swap him over. We'll play him as an attacking mid. Gould can go on attack. And Garosabal is not playing very well. It's like when your players don't play very well, it's really hard. Well, with the other saves that I had, like doing the journeyman, wherever I played, like Brazil or South Africa, Indonesia, Japan, they all played well. So like making subs was really easy. But when you come to the Premier League, you've got players who do not play well at all. At the moment, I think we're doing okay. Chelsea are struggling to make chances. They were on 10 20 minutes ago. They are playing pretty much as I would think they'd play, and that was poor. Who was that? It's the left back. Hate that pass across the pitch. You can't win that. You can't win those balls. That was very poor. Up the line or just put it out of play or do something, but do not pass it across the field. I was taught that in primary school. No, Luca, you're not going to score from there. So what can I do now? Wonder if I need to get hold of the ball. Sosa's had a decent game. Talk about cursing him. Just goes and gives the ball away. I'm not going to say the goalkeeper's played well. I swear to goodness gracious, the computer can hear me. We've somehow got to hang on, but I don't think with Jackson is causing all sorts of problems. But somehow we've got to try and hold on. I'm going to go to cautious, take my assistant, his advice, and we'll put him on support as well. And just sit back a little bit, I think. Soak it up. Oh, it's Jackson again. How on earth am I going to, if Timon can't mark him, I have to put Timon on a defensive, fullback on defend. He's got to look after Jackson. He's not doing a very good job at all. Look at this. But we're holding on. We're holding on. Chelsea, are they focusing more down the flanks now? Should I drop the line a little bit? I'm going to drop the line. They're probably focusing more down the flanks now. To try and get outside my wing backs. Oh boy, Jackson again. He's not that good, FM. But we've defended it okay. Jackson is not that good. I've had him in my fantasy Premier League team for a while and he hasn't got me any points at all. So come on, FM, get this right. He's tearing me apart. Well defended, but get up, boys, get up, get out. And what I'm going to do, tell them to trigger press more often. And now I think I'm going to try and get a little bit more possession. And take that off, it's not working. Hold our shape. And hope. And just hope that we can hold on for a point. I mean, it will be an immense point if we can get a point here. Looking at that Chelsea team, it will be an immense point. But they are just so dangerous. There's Jackson again. No, it's Gimenez. 93rd minute. Is it going to be given offside? Oh, I can't believe it. Route 1. And I did drop the line. Goalkeeper was to blame. After he's had a fabulous game. Well, I knew it was going to be tough this season. Sometimes FM destroys your soul. I don't know what to say about that. I'm not happy. None of them played. I knew that they were going to try and get behind me. I dropped the line. Obviously, I didn't drop it low enough. I should have gone to a lower line because I knew that's what they were doing. That's why I put the line at standard instead of higher up. Oh, boy. The decline is beginning. It all looked so good after last episode, but now the decline is beginning. We're going to get a win here, then we got to go and play Arsenal. It's heartbreaking. And the games are coming thick and fast, and my team is going to, like, their health is suffering big time. So these are 1 day. And these are 2 days. Oh boy. It's soul destroying sometimes. And all that joy that I got when I won the cup last year, and it just afterwards you're jumping up and down. I'm thinking, that I can't believe that happened, so brilliant. And you don't really think properly because now you have to play in the Europa League, which means, because we're only in season 3, it does mean that this year is going to be horrid. Absolutely horrid. And the sad thing about it is that we'll do well in Europe, which I don't care about, and we'll slip to next to bottom in the Premier League. Okay, I'll go with that. Solar can play. I want players who didn't play last time. Sila can come in for Harwood Bellis. I don't think either of these can play as cover. Nah. McKenna should be on this side. Yeah, he can play as the cover. I think he has decent pace. And Brandon Williams didn't play. He got brought on. Cole Palmer can come back and give it another shot. And Fassini, maybe. Luca will start. Humphreys will come back in. He needs a game, Humphreys. I'll put Carrillo on the wing. I still haven't got my injured players back. Do I have a right winger at all? Sola is my right winger, isn't he? Oh, this is tough. Maybe Chaplin. Chaplin again. We'll try Chaplin. He has to play as the right back or the right wing. And that's probably all I can do. This squad is not as good as I thought it was. Harwood Bellis as the fullback. Garosibal as the fullback. He was injured, so he can keep playing for a while. Diallo on the bench. Who do I take off? Sosa? I've really no idea what I'm doing at the moment. Harwood Bellis. Far too many wingers there. Sosa. Far too many wingers. Fassini. Drop Unavar. I don't know why he's even in my squad. I don't even know why he's in the squad. And just check on how they play. Drop the line back a little bit. I mean, even this game isn't going to be easy. I don't want to watch any of the games as it stands at the moment. Oh, Sunderland is a very, very tough banana skin of a game. Arsenal, we're not going to get anything out of that. And you think that you've strengthened the squad. Pre-season looks good. We've three good games at the beginning. 7 points out of 9, and you're thinking, oh, this is good. And it's what do you think of today's Nottingham match? It makes me feel better that even you can suffer. Everyone suffers. You know, when I used to make videos rather than do live streams, I used to say at the end, if you like FM and you love to see people suffer playing this game, you're in the right place. And it was, that's how it was. Everybody suffers in FM, no matter how good you think the way you have of playing, you're gonna come unstuck. Yeah, everybody suffers. So it's unfortunate. I'm going to go and take his advice. He keeps telling me to push higher up. It's a worry because I don't trust my defence to be able to play with a high line. But at some point, I suppose, I'm going to have to trust them. And he 2 or 3 times he's told me to push that line up. I'm not convinced he's right. Who knows? We'll try it anyway. Sila is aggressive. He's always aggressive. He was aggressive when he was on the bench last game. Give us a break. Mendy. They got Mendy playing for them, have they? I think we'll type mark Mr. Bellingham. One of these days I'm going to hit that button which says storm out as well. I've never hit that button. I wonder what happens when you storm out of a press conference or something. I did experiment once by in the old versions you used to be able to type in your own comment in a press conference, and I did type in a load of expletives about how shit the game was, and I got fined for my remarks in the press conference. It's just okay. I told I'm not allowed to use words like that, and it was really funny. Now, come on, boys. Can we play some football today? It'd be really nice if you could do that. I really do like that deep lying forward on attack role, though. If you've got somebody who can really play it, it's a lovely role to watch. Lovely coming deep. And then they do burst into the box. Not sure Luca is actually playing it very well at the moment. Carrillo. had a chance there and blew it. Tonight's Nottingham Forest match. I think they will win easily, to be honest. I think Wolves are defending badly. And I think they should win fairly comfortably. I hope so, because I've got Wood in my FBL team, and I think Nottingham Forest are overperforming at the moment. I don't think they're going to maintain where they are over the season. I think they're overperforming, but good on them. It's good to see the top 4 or 5 teams being challenged. But I think tonight they will win. They will win quite easily. Against Wolves, who are not defending very well. Nottingham Forest are defending well. They pretty much, their defence is good. And Wood up front is in very good form, so I think that they will probably win it easy. And my assistant may be right, because we're playing a lot better when I'm not putting the line as standard when we are pushing up. We just need to create some chances. Carrillo is a nightmare. Come on. We just... I don't know what to do about this person. They've had 1 chance, 1 goal, and this could always happen. Oh, come on, FM. You're going to make my life a misery. And maybe my assistant was wrong, because they got round behind us. So I'm going to do it my way. He's wrong. So that was silly of me. 1 shot, 1 goal. And but actually, going out of the Caribou Cup will be a good thing. But not to a championship team. And we're not creating enough. We haven't created anything all season. 1 attempt. We're just simply not creating anything for our forwards. When we were at the beginning of the season, created loads. 3-0 win, a 4-1 win. And now we're just not creating anything. And I'm going to put that down to Europe. We're just going to get tired. A squad of 25 is not enough. What are they doing? What are they doing? So we are going to go into a very dodgy... But the only problem I have with the game is I don't mind these dodgy runs because teams are tired, but it will still have us winning in Europe, and that is wrong. It is wrong. If we're going to play badly, we're not going to just play well in Europe. This is where they... And that's why I needed the standard line to stop them. My assistant was wrong. I was a fool to listen to his advice. And there's Luca coming deep again. And then he bursts forward. I like that deep line forward on attack roll. But we can't seem to supply him with the ball. Now, 6'7" monster. No, he's missed the target. Okay, I'm going to tell them to be more expressive. We should be beating Sunderland. I would say, yeah, Nottingham Forest could be in the top 10. Definitely. Could be looking at Europa League, possibly. Teams like Villa Tottenham, who you would generally expect to see fighting for the Europa League, are not. And so, yeah, I can see them fighting for that Europa League spot. Those crosses shouldn't be a danger. Going behind us, as they did, will be a danger, but those crosses shouldn't be a danger. 2 key passes, and they've beaten us. Maybe I should have bought the Sunderland team. It's going to slow the game down. And I wonder if I should slow the game down. Let's slow it all down. Maybe it's all because we're too frantic. And let's try. I'm always open to advice. We'll play wider. I just think that whatever I do, the lines are right. I made a mistake at the start and I'm not going to be allowed back in now. I listened to my assistant. I should never play against wing play with a higher line. That is the most fundamental stupid error I could make. We're not creative enough. And look at the ratings. This is just... It's heartbreaking how badly they are playing. Luca, 6.5. 6.4. 6.5. But I actually did say this would happen. And that's why I wanted to get as many points as I could with the first 4 games. Because I knew it was coming. I'm really quite angry. I don't say that one very often. But they haven't turned up. I bet Cole Palmer's regretting his decision to join Ipswich now. Oh, come on. Come on, boys. Two 2-0. And when we're getting beaten, we're getting hammered. Like 3-0. Come on, somebody do something. I've told you to be expressive. Do something. Like, better than heading it over the bar. Okay, we're going to come out of this low block now. Reluctantly. And push up. I'm also going to take get stuck in off. That's pointless. Somebody do something. Goodness sake. At some point, I'm going to shout, goal! One day. Go on, Luca. No. At some point, FM, come on. We're going to lose against Arsenal next. With no chance against Arsenal. And we've got no chance against Sunderland either. Right, let's go attacking. Let's get both wing-backs on attack. Ah, finally! But that was before I put them on attack. Finally, Luke has done something. We're staying in attack because I don't want to go to penalties because I don't have penalty takers. I don't know, all the signings I make, none of them seem to be penalty takers. I got Cole Palmer, but I don't think he's got a high penalty taking rating. I think it's only 13. Which FM have got desperately wrong. Go on, Luca. That was your chance. You're 6'7" and you couldn't win that header. I do expect him to win everything in the air. Even if you're 6'7", you're not going to do that. But you should be winning most of them. Finally, he's got to go. But he's on a 6.2. He scored just then, didn't he? Right. I thought he scored. Maybe it was an own goal. Hurst can come on. Castiles is awful. He's having an awful season. Connor Chaplin is awful again. So I'll have to play Solar. And Firpo for Brandon Williams, who's tired. Cole Palmer, 6.6 is dreadful. But Hartel is tired. Fassini, swap with Humphreys. And then it's who gets tired. Let's have some effort, boys. Let's have some effort. Let's shout, demand more. Oh, God. The dreaded set piece. So many teams score from set pieces against me. I have kittens every time there's a set piece. Come on, we're away. Come on. Where's the support? Get up with him. Humphreys is there, but don't give it to Humphreys because his shooting is terrible. Now we're in. Go on. Yes, get in. Finally. Finally. Oh, we finally broken them. Oh, boy. I thought that Luca scored. He scored at the near post. It was a cross and he scored at the near post. Was it given as an own goal? It was disallowed. Ah, I see. That's why it's only 1-1. I thought we were ahead. Luca's goal was disallowed. I didn't see that. What was it disallowed for? What is going on here, FM? Let's go very attacking. Let's go for the jugular. Let's go for it. Come on, somebody get your head on this. Come on, we've got to win this, boys. We've got to win this because we've got Arsenal next. And that's horrid. Go on, Junior. Go on, son. Not on your own. You're not going to get 2 goals in a game. Come on, boys. Come on. Pretty much everyone that I can on attack now. But we could easily get caught out now being very attacking. I've got to go back. Just play attacking. I've got 5 staying up top. But as long as the defence holds out, if the standard line is right, the defence will hold out. We just got to keep attacking and hope. He's offside. It's another offside goal. FM, you are so horrid sometimes. Just a dreadful game sometimes. What's the referee doing? I thought he was going to tackle him. Oh, come on, boys. Come on. It's Sunderland, not Arsenal. Yeah, here's where we could get caught out. I fancy we will. They'll only need one chance. There it is. Why can't we do that, FM? Why are we not allowed? I knew it. We were going to get caught out. That's why I went back to just attacking. Maybe I should have gone to cautious and played for penalties. But why can't Ipswich do that, FM? Why can my team, who've dominated the game, not score, and they go and break away one highlight and they score? Why? And it not just once. It happened against Brighton in the 92nd minute as well. Come on, play the game. I know it's going to be hard, but you don't have to do nonsensical, stupid things. Oh, I wish they'd tidy this game up. And now we're going to lose 3 on the trot now. But we'll still do well in Europe, and that is the stupid part of it. We'll win our next European game without a problem. Oh, I wish I hadn't done this 3rd season. I knew it was going to be hard. Our players can't score. We can't pass. We can't do anything. Let's see how good you are, Palmer. Not very good. All the excitement of signing him as well. Pointless. The minute you go very attacking, you are so vulnerable. I should never do it. I should have learned this game by now. Don't do it. The game will lull you into a false sense of security by giving you lots of highlights. And you think that one of them's going to go in, but then the opposition will break away. Never go attacking. It's the silliest thing you can do. I should have learned that by now. Well, we're going to lose 3 on the bounce now. We're not getting anything against Arsenal. In a sense, it's good to be out of the Carabao Cup, and maybe the game's trying to do me a favour. But it's not for the game to decide I'll do you a favour. And too late defeats. Nah, I'm not buying this, FM, at all. I'm not buying it at all. We started so well, and now you've just decided I'm taking over. Ah, boy. I knew this wasn't going to be easy. Arsenal, today we've played 4, lost 3, and just won our European game. And we're about to lose our 4th one of the session. I can't get a draw against Arsenal. We can't even beat Sunderland. It's not going to happen. We need to play with a high line. We need to play balanced. We'll just play the way that we play, and doesn't seem much I can do about it at the moment. Even Sunderland are too good for us. Now, the minute I move him, I'm going to need him. Castile's praise recent form. We've lost 4 games. Are you having a laugh? Castile's has been awful. Right, let's get this done. And maybe we'll pick up once we have a Champions League game. I don't have a problem with that. That looks like probably the best team I can put out at this moment in time. Hartel can come back in. Fernandez is still injured. Juan Lu. These guys have been... He was 2 weeks, about 3 weeks ago. And he's still 2 weeks. He was this. They haven't moved. Maybe I need a better medical team. They just not getting back to fitness. Diallo can come in for Chaplin. And that's about it, really. It is what it is. Arsenal are clear favourites. I don't even want to watch this. This is going to be harder than I thought. But I don't want it to be like last season where we go and win the Europa League and then finish in 18th or something silly. Be like, I do not want any more silliness. Although winning the Europa League would be nice. Could probably do it. But at the moment, the defensive line is working. It's just we can't score. 5.4. He's dreadful. They're not training. Sosa again. Why you ain't playing? Come on, let's get a win, boys. Cole Palmer, he's played about 4 times. He's done nothing really. His rating isn't that bad, I don't think. No, it's terrible. 6.87. I'm beginning to wonder if I made the wrong move. He's terrible. Oh, come on, boys. Let's get something here. Probably a good idea. Don't tackle harder. Yeah, definitely. And there's so many players that need to be type marked. Yeah, he's already got them type marked. Let's go, boys. And what's even worse is my goalkeeper's playing badly as well. And everything seems to be going the wrong way at the moment. And we're not getting anything out of this game. Don't even think about it. A late goal, possibly. Arsenal 2-1. Another late goal. Havertz is a very dangerous player. I can't type mark him as well. I should. But I can't type mark them all. He's going to cause me tons of problems, I know it. Because we're not doing anything with him. Havertz, maybe I will put a player on him later. Go on, go do your best. Defensively, we've got to be very, very solid. Very, very good. What's my lines? Come on, boys. Come on. Do something. Somebody do something nice. Because I've had an awful session today. So somebody do something. We got 1 point at the moment, but then so is everybody else. Come on, boys, come on. What was that? A corner, maybe? Went out for a corner. Did it get deflected? Come on. Anything will do. That's where the... Yeah, that's where our attacking wing-back is. I expect them to be controlling possession and playing in front of me. Trying to thread little through balls and... That's where we needed Luca on the pitch. Good tackle. Oh, he's away though. Well done, well done. Hold the ball. Oh, for goodness sake. He's given us a free kick though. Defending okay. Saka's a danger. Let's put him on support. Try and keep hold of Saka. I don't know how... If I keep putting players on support, though, I don't know how I'm going to score goals. Good block. I mean, I guess we got to do what we should be doing. Just stay in the game. Even 1-0 is staying in the game. We are blocking quite well. I need brave bodies in there to throw themselves in front of the ball. Look, Diallo already on a 6.4. What is the matter with him? You know, I need everybody to give some effort here. You're taking the day off, are you? Hurst as well. He's actually just gone up. He saved himself. We are giving the ball away, not covering the space. It's just the defence. Hey, Peter, how you doing? It's only the defence that's doing a good job. Until now. Well, my team is only as good as it is. And it's not good. We'll probably get to the Europa League semi-final, though, and finish about and get relegated. Which is it makes the game really stupid. But we're not doing very well, and I can't do anything else. If I go attacking, I'm going to get hammered. I have to play in this way. I'm going to go cautious, Just stay in the game if I can. Just hopefully stay in the game. They are absolutely murdering me. We're down to 9th already. We were in 2nd. The start of the episode, we were in 2nd. Oh boy. And this has been a strange episode because I think we've only scored one goal in 5 games. We can't score. And we haven't had this problem. Even when we had a worse team last year, we were scoring goals. But we're just not able to score any goals. I'm not going positive against Arsenal, that's for sure. Otherwise, I'll be 7-0 down before we know it. So Ryan Gould looks like he's used to playing. I'm going to say you've been terrible. Looks like he's used to playing a more direct game. Well, let's take that off then and make... He needs to be... Now, this is a conundrum. It looks like he's used to playing a more direct game. So he needs to be more disciplined, in fact. He needs to be passing it in the way that we want the team to pass. So we'll go more direct passing. And take more risks. Maybe that's what he means. Maybe the whole team, we need to pass a little bit longer. I need to work out where. I think Arsenal might be... They might be leaving a little space on one side of the pitch if we can get a long ball up there. Who knows? At the moment, we just want to stay in the game. God, they're just falling over now. Come on, FM, stop it. Oh, this is getting nowhere. Getting nowhere fast. Okay, maybe. Maybe. Maybe it's got to be all a bit too slower. Arsenal want to play at speed, so maybe it's got to be a little bit slower. Oh, come on. FM, are you going to let me score a goal ever? Come on. I think Arsenal are playing at too high a tempo for us. So I need to try and slow it down somehow. Inspired management. Inspired management. That's what I say. I just suddenly thought they're playing too quick for us. That's what it is. Absolutely inspired. And maybe it was that this is what might be the problem. We're too frantic at the moment. Too many games and too high a tempo. I just thought we need to calm down. Arsenal are just like running us ragged, but it's still not over yet. Still not over yet. That could turn out to be the most inspired decision I make. But I have to take Gould off. He's not fitting what we're doing at the moment. I have to get him off. Oh, we've given a penalty away now. Oh, come on, FM. Oh. Well, that didn't last long. That didn't last long. Whoa, what an episode. Lost 4. I knew it was going to be hard. I didn't know it was going to be this hard. Ooh. At least we scored a goal. That's nice. Oh, I don't need to see the pen again. Nice to score a goal. Are they going to rub my nose in it now, are they? Surely Arsenal must be getting tired. They play the same team every game. I'd never get away with that. Nope, they're fit as fiddles. I'd never get away with that. There's no space, really. I'm going to try that. Gould has had an absolute dreadful game. As well as Hurst. So it's like, oh, this is horrid. Garosibel. Look at the state of that. I don't have a right back. That's so... And look at my goalkeeper. He's got to go. I can't play him anymore. Stanic is going to have to play. He's got to go. I can't play him. He hasn't had a good game. I'll have to play a left back as a right back. Williams can come on here. Oh, Jesus. Hartel. Hopeless. I can't get my defensive mid-back. Yeah, I think he's going to be injured for the whole season. He's not coming back. I can't get him back. Carrillo can't really play there, can he? He can. Humphreys... Diallo might as well not have joined the club. And look at this. This is horrid. Oh, well, there's nothing I can do. I thought we'd solved the problem, but we didn't. Oh, blimey. I mean, that's fine. I know they're going to do this. They're going to pass. But late goals, a penalty. Come on, FM. You can do better than this. It's too easy for them now. Way too easy. Why are we giving away so many free kicks? What is the matter with them? So what's it going to be? 10th, from 2nd to 10th in one episode. Looks like somebody's broken Saka's leg anyway, which is pretty cool. I did say get stuck in. You have to have roles that will fit with each other. You can't have too many, like your defensive mid roles. Oh, God. Your defensive, for example, if you've got two defensive midfielders, you can't have both of them going forward. Otherwise, you're going to be leaving big holes in your defense. You've got to... it's got to have a balance. You also have to have a connection between the middle of the field, between the back line. So you need an attacking wing back, but you need balance on the other side. I probably need to do a video on this. How do you choose the roles? You don't choose. You set up the way that you want to play. In your mind, you have a vision. How do I want to play? And then basically you ask the players to play how you want to play. And basically then when you're in transfer windows, you've got to find the players who will play the way that you want to play, not how they want to play. And I don't understand. At the moment, I'm struggling to understand why can't we score goals. It's like first 3 games of the season, we were on fire. Now we can't hit a barn door to save our lives. And you can't just say, oh, they're tired from playing in Europe. We've only played 1 European game. You can't say this is a bad team, because it's better than last season, and we're doing worse than last season. I don't understand this game sometimes. So if you have 2 wingers, you really need 1 on support and 1 on attack. Yeah, you need to have a balance between the sides of the pitch. You need 1 of your midfielders who will go forward and 1 who will just sit and stay back. So it's kind of like everything has to be about a balance. You have to get a balance between not only left and right, but front and back. And they have to connect. Somebody has to connect the lines as well. So a playmaker somewhere to connect the lines. And you see your passing map. You need to focus on why, not who's connecting with who, but who's not connecting with who. And why aren't they getting any service, and change the role so that they will get more service. Tactics aren't made on the first time you set it up. It's always changing. So I just got a message there. Our tackling has been good, but we're committing too many fouls. Remove instructions. Remove instructions. Stay on your feet. I thought stay on your feet was like so that you wouldn't tackle. Am I mistaken here? 8th. This is not good enough, boys. And we have had an awful session. I thought we were going to get some points today. Not 0 points. Brighton was a disaster. Sunderland is inexplicable and inexcusable. I made a mistake against Sunderland by listening to my assistant who said play higher up. My own knowledge of lines told me I should be on a standard line, and I paid for it. Brighton was a late goal. That was just hard to take. It actually wasn't, was it? Which one was the late goal? Sunderland. And then, wow, Chelsea and Arsenal. We've got to get some points, otherwise we could be in a relegation fight. But that's it for today. I don't like the look of that, but I'm glad today is over. It's been a horrible, horrible experience. I knew as soon as we qualified for Europe after the Cup, we are in big, big trouble next season. I knew it as soon as we... Well, while we were all celebrating, yes, we won the Cup final. This was what was going to happen. And now we've got to go through it. And we'll be lucky to stay above the relegation fight because of this Europe thing. Okay, we'll be back on Wednesday to do it all again. I hope that we're going to get some better results on Wednesday. We'll win that. There is absolutely no doubt. I could put a team from the car park out in that game. We'll win it. Leeds will be tough. Villa will be tough. I'd hope to get 4 points from the Premier League games. Hope. And I'll be back on Wednesday, and we'll see more pain and frustration and suffering on Wednesday, but we'll just try to stay in it. One of the things that I have to do is stay true to what we're doing. If we start changing things too much, we're going to get all over the place and we'll never recover. I have to stay true to the way that I want them to play and not change it. But that's going to be hard. Okay, we lost against Chelsea and lost against Arsenal and lost against Brighton. They're all better teams than us. We need to focus on this end and beating these people, not worry too much about these. Look, 2 wingers, 1 on support, 1 on attack. Yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do. You also need to have 1 maybe coming inside, 1 playing as a winger. Have a vision in your head. How do I want to defend? How do I want to score goals? That will create your tactic. That might be too difficult. So look at it. Maybe take your favourite team. Which team do you support? And then copy the way that they play. That's the best way to start building a tactic. Well, I know he goes forward a lot on the wing, so he must be attacking. He doesn't cut inside, so therefore he must be a winger. So just look at the way your favourite team, the team that you follow, play, and it's easy to work out what role they're playing. He plays a lot of good long passes. He's always getting the ball. His passing's really good. He seems to find people quite easily. He's a playmaker. Yeah, Max, hopefully it'll be better next time. I just don't know. Maybe I need to, I think I did a video for 23 on how to create a style, not a tactic, a style. So you might want to just check the channel for FM23 hints and tips and tricks, where I did a video. It'll be on the playlist on FM23. It was how to create a style of play, not how to create a tactic, but a style of play. Because once you have a style, any formation will work. It's the style you want to play. But I'm going to I'm going to call it a day now, because I'm just frustrated, and, and I'll need to do better next time. And I'll wish you all be safe, take care, and I'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully. It's not always going to go as you want, sadly. Thanks for coming, guys, and I'll see you soon.